right, they got Alice.
And Arlo would have been so good here for Onic. Now it feels like a Turismo pick. Are we getting there? Do you feel it now? Turismo is just so good. I think we'll be able to just enable the Moskov to do free hits, especially when they start to lock in those targets, when they group up, which I think Omega's lineup will tend to do. Except obviously the Fanny.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just, incentivized to group up here. And Teresa's so good with that. Lapu-Lapu could too.
I was going to say, Lapu's there. Okay, that's Hilda. Okay, so they grabbed the Hilda anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Big swerve.
It's very good because, again, with the Hilda in the EXP lane, you kind of protect that quarter or even threaten Fanny's side of the jungle because you're so fast. You can just get in and out.
Yeah, and you can rotate around the map fast enough if you need to.
I really like how Onic responded to Omega's honesty. I am worried for the barangay.
It really is. It's straight up. Like, all right, I like what you're doing, throwing out the Fanny right away.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to force a really weird draft for your opponent, but they didn't buy it.
Nope.
They don't care.
They tighted a draft. They drafted a tight lineup that addresses the problem, but also plays very strong as is.
Yeah, this is, it's very, like, I almost want to say standard in a way, but the Hilda, we've only recently seen more so in the XP lane than Roam, for example. They're still very flexible, but this is just a great response to deal with what we've seen from Smartman before, where they are so honest with picking up the Fanny early on. Let's jump into the Land of Dawn here. Is it going to be a 3-game series, or will it be a sweep for Onic?
There has to be some level of engery involved for Omega to get away with this. Because again, remember when we first saw the Fanny? Swerved after the Guinevere. He played a split push Fanny. No one saw that coming. So for them to pick Fanny early on, again, there has to be something special.
Was that Engery, the split push Fanny?
I think, and if you guys are wondering what Eng is, it is the art of the Eng.
It's like shenanigans.
It's shenanigans. For the English stream out there, the international viewers, that's the best way we can explain it. It's shenanigans.
Another way to explain it is if you don't know your next move, your opponent doesn't know your next move too.
Yep.
Keep them on their toes.
The Fanny can move so many ways anyways.
Yeah.
But, again, we're on expanding rivers.
That's true.
Couldn't they have done this in walls?
Broken walls?
Right. Because the response is also faster in expanding rivers. If you do shenanigans, the opponent can usually catch up pretty quickly.
Yep.
That's why you have a lineup that goes fast. Oh, Brusco.
Oh my god, the damage out of the Bruiser! That's the shenanigans, but King Kong comes in to punish. Oh my lord, one more incoming for Xiva with a swing and the flicker out. That could have gone so much worse.
Yeah, that's level 4 for King Kong already, giving so much output. Look at basically slicing Mingguin in half.
And that's a great trade for Onic, man. You're roamer for the jungler of Smart Omega to put Ryzen down, and that's why they're so aggressive right now.
Oh no! Okay. Fortunately, Big Game James had a gleam out.
Yeah.
Still got game. He's got game. He's James. And they're doing it.
I mean, look at this control right now. That one response, that one counter punch from Onic will get them pretty much this first turtle here. There's right now Ryzen's going to go ahead and grab his orange, or his purple, so they already know this. King Kong will go ahead and secure the objective.
And that's the lead we're talking about, like a small gap, right? You give a small gap. Oh, Kirk, what?
Coming through! Power of wildness was enough! SOD would have been overkill!
That was wild.
Absolutely. He took it way too literally.
Wow.
This is, and that's what Hilda can do, but it's, again, that was Kirk that decided to be on that side of the map.
I don't blame Netsky. He wouldn't have known.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a Roam Hilda. It's an XP Hilda.
That's like going to Bali and seeing a polar bear. Like, what the hell? Oh, my God! James gets picked off by 3 members of Onic.
Oh, man. They're denying so much against James. I think this is like, they're not really giving him any space. Look at the invade in the jungle.
Crimson Bacon slams down Parks. They answer with an RWM. And in comes Prince. Get taken down by Ryzen, but still King Kong commits Grand Theft Orange, and there's no punish from the barangay.
Okay, well, Ryzen at least, oh no, okay, they get a flicker out from Mingguin.
Okay, Gleam into a Throne of Ruin, no follow-up unless Netsuke wants a little something. Throwing out these beads of lead at Brusco, they get away.
Yeah, Brusco should be fine here. Obviously, they have a lot more survivability. And of course, James is trying to get back into shape. He needs to recover. He is going to be the major front line here. Perxiva can't hold this front line for long. Right now, with all that's said and done, it feels like they also just bought so much space for Savero here, who is ahead from Netsky by a small amount, but enough for it to matter.
Yeah, they'll continue to put pressure on the purple, or at least get some information. Good protecting here for Perks. Make sure Ryzen gets that buff. And, you know, you see this gold lead build up for Onic, but at least for Ryzen, consider that he did die early on. He's actually not too far behind King Kong. Even in terms of gold, but the question is, will the game continue on that way? King Kong picking up a Sky Piercer. Ryzen is going to be delayed in levels, though, so that's the biggest right now disadvantage. And so he's got to sort of play catch-up, but if he can actually get some kills and convert them, then that'd be great. This fight for this turtle, we'll see if they can actually get control of the space, utilizing the Grok here from Perks.
Here we go.
Here comes Onic.
Kirk running around. Goes pathway, drop down. Ryzen in the middle of it all. A wall comes through. King Kong secures. Prince Crimson Beacon back. Ryzen cabling through. Mingwin falls. Kirk gets it. The back line and the BMI. Couple of kills going over to Smart Omega. James secures a double. And now Kirk keeps the beat on the Ryzen, assassinating the Fanny mid-air. Now Kirk keeps on going. King Kong more stacks. Netsky shuts down Kirk. And King Kong gets on away with it. James looking for more. Will not find the Sigma jungler as he goes for a stolen small camp.
You know, bro, that looks so good, but you know the trade is complete gold for Savero. 100% of the outer turret energy shield, plus the turret itself, plus all those minions. He just gave gold to the right target here, if you're on it.
Yep, Netsky's going to go ahead and get a turret here. He did do a ton of damage in that fight. But also, Kirk is a problem, man, and that's why he's got a Blade of Hephaestus, right? He's just locking on targets, whether that's Mingwin, whether that's Ryzen, that's low, and he's just a huge threat. Meanwhile, again, all this... Oh, Mingwin on the run again. Okay, he did have to burn the Flicker to survive, but I was going to say, Savero is just having a heyday. He's fine. He's go ahead. He knocked down that tier 1 on bottom. He can just continue to farm up here on the Moscow.
He's having what we call...
the gold lane experience.
The gold lane experience. Well, to be fair, right? Netsky was quite ahead. He also got traded that tower on top side. Ryzen mid the heroics.
1v1, Spear Misery into the wall. Savero.
What?
Putting Ryzen down. No, 0 HP from one import to another. He is the pressure.
He is the pressure, bro. Who does that to a Fanny? Not at that level.
Oh, they're not done. Mingwin gets cut out. Another stack goes to King Kong. The beast is hungry. Netsky going through, blazing the web. BMI. Prince is not having any of it. Gets hit by the Crimson Beacon. Lantern right into Kirk's blade. Another one comes up, almost cracking Perxiva in half.
Kirk is a menace. Savero is insane as well. I mean, Onic just looks locked in across the board here.
Yeah, completely locked in. Like players like Kirk, who seem so hungry to, so hungry to deal damage. I love that when a Hilda plays like this. Although you gotta be careful, you are up against a Grok, you can get boxed in. But you know what? Onic says, we got this. We are full steam ahead.
He'll be careful when he's dead.
Yeah.
Omega should heed Kirk's warnings. And it looks like Onic is calling all the shots, like they're saying where they can rotate. They're saying if Ryzen can have his buff.
Where's Savero though?
Okay.
Ryzen gets it.
I think that's one thing that Barangay can be thankful for. Yeah. That Ryzen is still getting his buff.
Yeah, he needs at least the buff. I don't know, Ryzen might try to default to let me push on the other side of the map, but then, we just saw where Savero's like, no, I got you.
Yeah.
And
don't.
That might have been enough to go ahead and just stop that from potentially happening. Whoa, trying to roll.
Gleam into a flicker, and they find Prince. All that for one. Make it two as Brusco is going to fall as well.
Wow, that is a very rare moment where we see a complete misstep. I don't think Onic expected that many members of Omega up on top. And they really got caught by
surprise! Charge Surge! Serving it up to Kirk!
I was going to say surprise, they finish it for me.
Well, they surprised them too. Savero's going to try to hold down this tier 2. Meanwhile, Kirk pushing down a bot to trade it out. So it is going to fall here. Smart Omega will be able to get a turret. King Kong picking up a Malefic Roar. He's already doing a ton of damage. Super Prince wants to start this fight.
And James gets knocked up.
Oh,
That's Prince, actually. Oh, my lord. They turn it around. And now James, between two, gleams on out. Perxiva, a fifth of his health.
Wow.
King Kong wants a little something. In comes Ryzen. Takes down King Kong up against the wall, but Kirk has so much burst. And Netsuke shuts him down. How are Omega winning these trades? They want Brusco. Run, Hylos, run!
There's a response from Smart Omega.
sheesh.
I don't know. That's twice now in a row where Onic seemed to kind of overstep Rockhart.
Yeah, that's consecutive moments where Onic feels like, you know what, we can take him. And Omega says, no, not really.
Whoa.
You can't. What are you talking about?
What? Omega are bursting it. Are they going to get punished here? It's just Brusco and Prince.
How
Can
do they stop it?
Hylos and Azushin steal it away? Ryzen cables on fast enough to Retribution. That's the first Lord going to the barangay.
And meanwhile, Severo took the purple buff of Ryzen, so they just decided to trade it for that.
Uh-oh. That's a fairly decent trade, I would say. Or not a fairly decent trade, but they got something. A small consolation prize here.
It's still Onic being proactive, and they're going to take down Perks here. No way. Oh, my lord. Tech charge. Answered by an RWM and a glorious pathway. In comes Ryzen, finding Severo. Touche, good sir, and Natsuki with a blazing duet. Brusco up next. Score for Mingwin. Prince here almost goes down. Not before James does.
This is great pressure. This is just undeniable dominance being performed by Omega in the past few team fights.
Oh my god! Netsuke finds King Kong! Who's Ang now?
Wow. Onic? They are the ones who just lost themselves with 6,000 gold lead they had minutes ago.
Someone has to bring out that gold grab. That must be like a cliff at this point.
A sharp turn towards the blue. As Smart Omega has taken the map, ransacked it for all it's got. They have the lead now.
And that's a complete nosedive here from their value. We're seeing consecutive oversteps, consecutive fights that feels like Onic did not have the authority to actually contest.
Yeah, I just feel like, again, 2-3 times in a row now, they're like, well, we're so far ahead, we can take these fights, and they got a little crazy on their positioning, and Smart Omega will punish them through and through, and now they're the ones taking the purple buff. But King Kong did secure it, but Smart Omega has now gotten themselves control of this game.
How the turns the table. It's now Omega who's depriving King Kong of his purple.
And that's what you want to happen, especially right now that you are in a very open field. You're trying to deny as well the studio. Slowing him down every single moment counts. Right now they are both in a pretty decent spot. Despite King Kong being level 15, he's actually pretty behind in terms of pressure all around the map.
Considering how Smart Omega was playing on the back foot for that middle portion of the game, they have done an amazing job at now leading this game and putting themselves in a position to go ahead and have a way better time to go ahead and take this next Lord here in just a bit. You can look at, there's the graph. I mean, look at the graph. Look at the change there. Just in the matter of, what, 2-3 minutes maybe of that time, Severo finally picks up a win in nature. He definitely needs it to deal with Ryzen.
All right, less a cliff, more of a car tumbling down, I guess. That's what it feels like for that gold graph, like, and then you go hit the, and then just consecutively, it just kind of hurts to watch.
Is that the Roblox ouch sound?
Yes.
Oof, oof. Oof. Wasn't that like the famous sound effect?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Well, in this case for Onic, they have definitely pretty much been checked, shoulder checked at least, and now they have to be a lot more hesitant on how they approach this. Lord is up. I think even this Kirk, he picked up, I think recently, the chastised Pauldron. I'm not sure what he's going to go for next.
Oh my god, a Malefic Roar?
Yeah, maybe. Just to do that burst of damage if he locks on with the power of Wilderness, but they'll pull out the Lord here. Purple buff is going to be up, so King Kong is going to want that. Kirk's going to swing around though.
Whoa. Rampart comes through, forcing Brusco to drop that glorious pathway. James fakes him out with a gleam, and now Omega decide it's time to dance.
Kirk's very
but
far
it seems
away.
like they're blitzing it. King Kong won't be able to steal. Ryzen secures Kirk from the back line. Looking for a target.
Together.
Does not allow for it. Lantern flare up on the Perks. Perks has a tectonic charge, does not use it. Savero, though, buying time, pushes mid.
So he gets the turret. They decide to call off that engage, and they'll just go ahead and grab an objective. They got to clear out this Lord again. This lineup is going to be able to go ahead and clear out Lord pretty quickly. Even so, on Smart Omega, if they find themselves in that position here. Let's take a look at the items real quick, looking at the defense for Onic.
I would say that was a very decent sacrifice if your goal was to get Savero basically up on par with Netsky, because while all that was happening, they were also taking that mid lane turret, which is very important in making sure that you still gain control of the wave management. But now you got 3 big waves crashing on your base. What do you do now?
Oh, Ryzen.
James coming through! The ruin on a Savero. Brusco drops to Glorious Pathway, slowing down Omega's push. But Lord still standing, cracks that top lane inhibitor. Lantern Flare on the 1. James flickers out. Another Lantern Flare on the Parxiva. But Omega are having none of this. Tech charge to stop the forward push and the flicker out. Smart Omega keep themselves alive, but Kirk,
I'm not sure if Kirk's going to do anything here.
He has lethal intent.
Okay.
He knows, not worth it.
Yeah.
Look at for stragglers. If ever someone got caught by Savero there, even if they didn't die, Kirk would have finished the job. It's pretty fair right now. If you are looking at item checking, the Fanny just feels so deadly right now, man. It's approaching max items. At this point, you gotta keep your eyes out, bro. Savero's gonna evaporate with one combo.
It's at max items now.
He's locked in now. Just picked up the Sea Halberd. So it's, you're online, you're ready for Smart Omega. Savero had to burn his flicker earlier on. That's why they probably didn't pursue a fight. They just wanted to go ahead and clear out that Lord, keep the base, defend it as best they could. They lose a base turret. Meanwhile, Smart Omega still maintains theirs. But it essentially will come down to that Lord fight, the next one. But also, if Onic decides to choose to fight, I don't think that's in their best interest, because, again, it's Brusco on Hylos, man. Like, a lot of the times it's just Smart Omega saying, you know what, let's just go ahead, go for Brusco, get the Glorious Pathway done. At least we have one thing down, which is a sort of engagement if Onic wants to use that, or to get out. But Smart Omega's got a lot of tools.
Wait. Kirk has 2 Legion Blades. Is he going to go BOD?
I think he might be going BOD, man.
Wow. Okay. Kirk's mad, guys. He wants those kills.
Speaking of, Ryzen checks him, and the rest of the barangay come through. Kirk flickers out, forces a response from Ryzen, gets picked off just like that.
Not sure if that's worth it at this point. You're 4v5, 10 seconds while the Lord is going on.
Oh, man.
It looks like Onic wants to do their own kind of split.
Yeah, without Kirk, oh no, here's the response from Perks.
Rampart right through, and he surges, he's safe. And here comes the rest of Onic. Glorious Pathway, canceling the escape. They get one on the Netsky! Netsky here, BMI through, survives!
Check your base!
And in comes Super Prince. Super Prince very low, RWM. Gets taken down, Ryzen inside the base! Netsky takes out Brusco. They won't be able to defend. Savero versus Penguin, but it's all a trap as Ryzen comes through.
And again!
To go all the way!
Not again! No way! No way they do it, son of a gun! Smart Omega eking out a victory with a split from a Fanny. How many times does he have to do it?
And that is why they picked up Fanny in first pick. Ryzen does it again. How? How does this happen?
It keeps happening.
In Season 10, an athlete by the name of Benny Cutie changed the game by forcing the base to have shields without minions. In that same season, an athlete by the name of Nets pulled off a backdoor with a heal.